Hello, hello.
Hello, guys.
We are back.
We are back for episode 4, season 1 of the Lab Martians. I'm cool like it fits, and we have.
The Phoenix song.
All right, guys. So today, guys, we're going to be focusing on the Great Investigation. Now, there's been a lot of things swirling around online, and not just in recent times, but over the years. So, the Great Investigation is offline versus online, the pros, the cons, and everything in between.
I'm
So,
excited about this one.
I
We
am
had a
too.
good debate about this earlier
We
this week.
did, and I had a chance to ask some of the younger generation and some of the throwback
The
generation,
vintage
the
generation.
vintage generation, about what they really think about just what we're going to talk about today. But before we jump right into it, I want to give you guys the Lab Martian motivation of the day. So I want you to roll with me with this one. Cool like it fits. You have high story or history. High story. What does that mean? Always go after your glory. Don't just wave to the destiny and the blessings you have. Make your own history. Because if you think about the context of the spelling, high, Hi, story, Story, or history, spelled the same way, just bringing all the letters together. Go for your glory. Create your own history. Don't waste your talents. Lab Martian motivation of the day.
I like that.
Let's jump right into it. Welcome everyone to the Lab Martians. Uh, it- this is going to be a good one.
It is.
It really is. It really is. Just welcome everyone. Um, you know,
Yeah,
it,
so what we're going to dig into is, are tangible physical media things still ruling as king, or has the digital universe taken over?
yeah, it, it's, it is something that we want to investigate, especially in the lab. Is downloads or physical like CD and disc, and different forms of media and different communities have their debates about it. Like, for example, you take the gaming community, especially my generation. I used to thrive off going to do my pre-order
Oh, yeah.
and then picking it up the at midnight when it comes out, stand outside in the line.
Yeah.
I used to
And
love
there's
it.
something about getting that tangible new game ready to
Yeah,
go.
is nothing like it's not my opinion, is nothing like it. Or, on the flip side, the convenience of, being at home, chilling out
Mhm.
in my drawers, waiting for the game to pop up online and then that download button. So
I kind of fall in between at this point because I like my tangible things, and I like feeling like I have a backup in the digital or vice versa,
yeah,
especially of the things that are like real super important. Like I still have some Disney movies, like the original one, in the white plastic cases, the VHS tapes,
or
right? But I don't play those anymore because they might snap in
still
half
got a
if I try.
VHS.
I don't.
You got a VCR?
But I've saved them because 'cause they're collector's items at this
It
point.
is, but here's so interesting. You got different communities. You have like the book reading community with like going to get the book and having like your ebooks and your nooks and all that. And you have the gaming community and everything that's happening
Yeah.
in recent times that's been happening for a while. Even in the comic book community, I know a lot of homeboys that love waiting for the manga to pop up on whatever site they're watching it
Oh,
on,
yeah.
opposed to actually going to pick up the book. So it's interesting. So today, guys, we're going to talk about 6 segments today. Again, this is
The invention.
the great investigation, offline versus online, the pros, the cons, and everything in between. So hit me off with segment number 1.
All right, so we're going to kind of set the scene here. So we want to compare the physical to the digital. So, like we kind of prefaced here, physical being things like the tangible video game, books that you can open or hold. Same with comics, DVDs, Blu-rays, ooh, vinyl and
Here it
CDs.
is.
Or the digital world where we have digital games, streaming music, ebooks, digital comics, streaming movies and TV, and cloud libraries.
Yeah, this is segment number one, the mission brief, and let's jump into the mission briefing, guys. So breaking down that first aspect is physical video games. Again, is a lot swirling around online with like companies like Sony who and it's been things that's been swirling around with different companies, Microsoft, Nintendo, all like major gaming companies have played around with the aspect of making everything digital. But I think
Mhm.
with Sony's big decision about like removing physical disc has really caused a stir and everything.
Yeah.
And then you have when you have gaming, you have the PC gaming
Oh,
community that they do everything from Twitch
yes.
and they get all their content and everything from there. So, you know, I call it the cool take about it
Mhm.
is that for me, it feels like video games are getting the appreciation that they deserve. They've always gotten it, but now it's good to see it back in the light again. It makes gamers like, especially old school gamers like me, excited about just the whole thing about it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it's cool too with, one of the benefits of digital is that some of those old school games that first came out with that we liked, they've kind of been not revamped, but they've been, I guess, remade to the point where they can be on that new platform through that digital basis.
Yeah.
Whereas they might not have if they were still on a disc. So that's a benefit. But then, you know, when you first started out like us, it was still that thing of open case and
Well,
putting it in and
well, let me ask you this then. Just still sticking to segment number one, the mission breathing. We touch base on the video game aspect.
yeah.
Let's talk about the books.
Oh, I got thoughts on that.
Books and comic books. You know, I grew up with having the trunk of comic books, going to the comic book shop in New York, going to get me the new issues of
Mhm.
the X-Men, Spider-Man, Marvel Knights. I'm a huge Teen Titans fan. Like I like walking into the comic book shop and sitting there and browsing around and doing that. Hit me with that. You're a strong book reader.
I am. And there's nothing like going into the bookstore or even the library
Mhm.
and the smell of the books and picking it up and opening the book jacket and reading it and turning the pages, and then once you get it home, you set the whole scene. I have my reading music on my TV. And then I have, my dog and my cats here. I get all cozy and I get to like go into the different world with the tangible book. However, unfortunately, I don't always get the luxury to curl up and have my perfect scenario. So that's where the world of e-readers has become kind of cool because I can take it with me if I'm working and if I have a chance or a minute to kind of decompress or I'm waiting, I can still read and enjoy the universe.
Yeah, is and me, because you know we're very active. If we're out and about and I have a second, I can jump on one of my comic book sites or one
Right.
of the manga sites and check out the new issue of whatever I'm gonna read is
Yep.
already out, opposed to actually gotta go to the shop. So, you know, it's still the comparison of like digital games and physical discs. And here's my I don't usually say hot takes as I'm cool like it fits and it's the cool take. But you know, I used to love getting that disc and putting it in and playing the game.
Oh yeah.
Now you got to put the disc in, and it got to download onto the game
Yeah,
before you can play the game, and then certain games you got to be online for. So there's the between right there.
it is.
I got the physical, but yet I have to download it, and then for me to have full compatibility with the game, the mofo got to be I gotta be online. I
So
got
the question is, aren't you already really having to be digital,
exactly.
even though you got the
Is
tangible disc?
is
Yeah.
interesting. So so let's see. Let's see. DVDs and Blu-rays.
You know, I still have some of my old DVD collections. Like for I'm gonna use Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's on DVD. I have
Them sets
all 7 seasons, but they used to come with, like it got a little booklet and, like, different descriptions of the episodes, of the
physical.
special
See.
scenes, the physical. And now it's streaming on different services, but I don't get the little booklet,
And,
and I don't get the extra art.
and here's the thing people don't realize about those collectibles, and I just kind of gave the answer. The thing is collectibles.
Mhm.
You can't collect a digital stream. Can't
Unfortunately
call up
not.
Netflix like, yo, I noticed I got all the seasons of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in about 10 years. What is this going to be worth? No, you can't do that.
It's true.
That's not how it works.
Even if you buy it on Prime, right?
Yeah.
And you own it in your My Stuff on Prime, you can't sell that later. It's not a collectible. Yeah,
So,
you got it so you can watch it,
yeah.
which is great. But to have that nostalgia or that collectible value,
Yeah.
you definitely don't have that through the digital.
So, but on the flip side again, because we're in the between, I I I appreciate my streaming
Oh,
services. I
yes.
really do.
Oh,
I
yes. Don't get me
appreciate
wrong.
I appreciate the convenience it gives and the opportunity to hang, chill with family, put a movie on. You know, there's a difference between like the physical collectibles and the value that is created through that, or the value of chilling with your family and having that quality time and just hitting that streaming button on a nice like stormy day or stormy night.
And it's space saving as well. You
It
don't have
is.
to flip through, those old CD books we used to have or, a whole shelf full of DVDs and
Listen,
things.
if you were, look, I'm gonna say this: if you were born in the '80s, raised in the '90s, you had the CD container in your car
Mm.
driving around. You had it, and it was no greater feeling to pull up. For me, I'm gonna speak from a guy, right? Pull up in my whip and pick up a shorty, and I got my book of CDs, and I'm like, you go ahead and look at the CDs, girl. Go ahead and check it out. Check out. And then things went to like the MP3 players, which again, here's the between right here, right? Here's the between. It was you had to download the music online for
You
MP3s,
did.
but you still had a
LimeWire.
listen, listen,
It's vintage.
we'll get to that. You listen. Some of the young generations don't understand LimeWire, but the MP3 player was still a physical device,
Mhm.
but it was digital and how you get it. And the convenience is that I had a Walkman too. So again, born in the '80s, raised in the
Me
'90s,
too.
you had the Walkman with only the forward, and you had to flip the cassette tape. I showed my daughter a cassette tape, and she looked at me. She's like, how does this thing work? I said, I used to make mixtapes, like playing the radio, putting in my radio, my boom box. I used to make
That's
mixtapes.
hilarious.
I used to make mixtapes for girls. I used to make mixtapes for like parties on the block. Like I used to make mixtapes.
Yeah.
I used to make mixtapes. So, it's the between is, especially talk about MP3 players,
Mm.
is that you had to get the music online, but you put it on a physical device. So vinyls and CDs,
Mm. So, my mom was an avid vinyl collector. She had
value.
she had
Mhm.
rows and rows,
Value.
and some of the vinyl you didn't touch and you didn't play.
Yeah.
It was a collector's
Yeah.
thing, and it just sat there.
Mhm. I grew up in a family of DJs and house music and, house parties. Like, that's being from New York, like, block parties and things like that, having the vinyl and the DJ spinning the
Mhm.
table, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing like it. But now there's a lot of DJs that is very digital and it's actually pretty cool. Like
It
it
is.
is it's convenient, it's more compact, less I'm not saying it's less stuff, but more stuff you can add to give a better party sound
Yeah.
because the equipment of being a DJ is more digital, so that allows you to have other equipments to really pump up the party.
Yeah, and I think like for me, it's you know you get somewhat of that nostalgic feel of putting the old original vinyl on, having to place the needle ever so carefully,
Yeah.
and then you get a little bit of the static as it starts, and it's one of those things. But then, like you said, having what the great upgrades they've made to it now, it's
Yeah.
so much cleaner, and you can do so many more different options. So again, falling in the middle here.
It is a middle thing. So let's get into segment number two, the case for physical media. We got ownership, collectability, display, value. What is that? Um,
Preservation.
Preservation. Excuse me, preservation. No internet, nostalgia,
Mm.
resale, value.
That
Here, go
uh,
ahead.
that one's important. Not having to have the internet to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Because, sometimes we forget how dependent we are on the awesome digital things that we have now.
Mhm.
They don't work without internet.
Yeah. You listen, Comcast has an outage and you ready to play your game, you gonna be like, these
Right.
mofos need to get it
Or even
together.
come home and chill and stream and just like scroll around on Netflix
And nope,
and it's like,
your hotspot or whatever is
"Right,
acting
what am
up.
I gonna do now?"
It's like a Thor table flip. You ready to
Right.
flip the table now. So here's the question though. Here's the question. What's the oldest piece of media you still own?
I kinda shared mine earlier with the old original Disney movies in the white cases.
Listen, I still have a Walkman.
Oh, yeah. I think in a
Mhm.
box at my
Yeah.
parents' house, my old it's always a yellow Walkman
Hmm.
and the
With just a fast
tapes.
forward.
Yep.
Yep. Hey, listen, I can afford the Walkman like back in the day with the rewind. Only way I got the
Oh,
rewind one is,
you gotta what do the other side.
yeah, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But and I think I still have a broken CD player, like a portable one,
Oh, yeah.
a broken CD player.
Yeah.
That's the oldest
I
thing.
do have a book of very old DVDs, like one of the big thick CD cases
Yeah,
like we were talking about. I do still have some of those. But I think the Disney movies and maybe the Walkman that I think is floating around
yeah. So
mine. What are yours?
yeah, we want to know what's the oldest piece of media you still own. So let's get right into it. Segment number three, the case for
Oh.
digital. You go for it.
So we got convenience,
Mm-hmm.
which it certainly is. Instant download, so instant gratification,
That
which is
motherfucker ain't
nice.
always instinct.
They call
Instinct.
it instant
Yeah.
gratification, and sometimes it is and sometimes it's not,
Yeah.
you know? Um, let's see. Portability. That's one of the things we touched on, being able to take it with you.
How can you take something digital with you?
Well, it depends on how it is, right? If it's on your phone or if you carry like a Kindle or a
Tablet
tablet,
or an iPad or something like
right?
that?
Something like that. But not everything is portable either when we talk about digital, but streaming services even now operate on phones and tablets.
But that's still physical, ain't it not?
It's
That's
it's
still
really what I would say it's in
that's the in
between
between. It's still physical.
because you aren't going to be watching it
Listen,
without the tangible thing that it's on.
it's like watching a naughty movie, right? But you got the cheek right there, and you can feel the cheek. But when the naughty movie comes away, the cheek disappears too.
Now this one,
Yep.
lower prices. I think we could debate that for a second because you think of a typical, like, we'll take DVDs, right?
Yeah.
A whole collection of a show,
Hmm.
right? They run you, depending on the show and how many seasons, anywhere between like 90 and 150
Oh yeah.
bucks. And if it's the collector's edition or special edition,
Mhm.
it's more than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the digital world, like on Amazon, if you're like, okay, I want a digital backup, we'll just use Amazon as an example. There's
Hmm.
different ways. Can be just as expensive, and then you don't get the tangible collectible
And,
aspect.
and there's an element of if there's any update to the streaming service or the streaming service. Again, I haven't went through this case, but if the service decides to lock your account or remove your stuff, you paid all this money that you had these episodes in his movies for, and they decide to do an update or they decided something, now longer you don't
You don't
own
have it
anything.
anymore. Right.
So it's an interesting thing.
Cloud saves. We talked about this, what, a couple weeks ago.
Told me he was afraid to cloud.
I was afraid of the cloud. It just seemed like such a nefarious place to, like, put all my precious pictures and things.
So I like my Google Drive. I don't get me wrong. I like my flash drive. My flash drive is the physical, but
Mhm.
I like my Google Drive because again, it is instant save, and as long as I remember my Gmail email, as long as I remember that, it's all good. But again, I think I
You
might
have
have
a
just contradicted myself.
You have no, well, no, you have a strong point about that because, I recently started using the cloud, after doing a little bit more research and breaking my other phone screen where I couldn't access the ability to download my pictures and my videos and all the things. So now I have my phone until I can have someone get it off there because I can't
Exactly.
access it. Whereas if I had had it on the drive or the
On the Google
cloud,
Drive, yeah.
I could have just downloaded them right
Because
into
soon as
my
you
new
put your
phone.
yeah, as soon as you put your Gmail in, bam, boom, you
It's right
got your
there.
Google Drive right there, and it's like instant gratification. So let's continue on. Segment number 4, guys. Again, don't forget to follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel Lab Martians and check us out on Spotify. So segment number 4, the downsides. Downsides. Let's see. Physical. You got storage, damage, cost, availability.
Mm,
Mm,
that's true. Some things physically now, when you look at availability, you cannot get physically
yeah.
anymore. It's a download or it's nothing.
And the storage aspect is clean up your house and just making sure you have a place for it. Like,
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong, okay. I I I got kids. If I was like on my own, living on my own, it'd be cool like to have a gaming library. But when you have kids, especially when they little, they knock stuff over, and you're
Mhm.
like, darn, they knocked it over. And they're like, well, they should be in that room anyway. You wait till you have kids. So,
Well,
and don't get me wrong, there's some guys that have like a library or
right.
a quote unquote man cave. And I know there's some ladies that do the same thing.
But you have to have space for that too.
Yeah.
Like, readers run into that a lot, especially readers who like physical books.
Hmm.
I mean, you can have books that are, one volume is this thick. And when it comes like in an 8 set
That's a weapon, right?
series, like, oh, it is.
Smack a mofo.
Yeah.
Told you.
John Wick does it actually.
He does. John Wick takes the
In the
book
library.
and puts it and bam.
Books are weapons, people.
And then
For
he
your
puts it
mind
on sides of him,
and
breaks
for
his neck.
self-defense.
Exactly. You got to have storage for that.
You do. And you just mentioned damage and cost, right?
Yeah.
Some of those things, if you can't get it anymore, if it breaks, it's just done and
Yeah,
you're
you
just
gotta
out.
go on like eBay or something and really search for it because
Yeah.
some stores you just can't go to it. All right, so let's see. That's the downside of physical. Digital. Oh, you got
Licensing.
licensing,
Licensing.
licensing. Got licensing. Excuse me. Excuse my New Yorkness. You got let's see,
Server
server
shutdown.
shutdowns, subscription fatigue.
Mm.
Let's see what else we got. Ownership concerns.
Internet dependence.
Oh, internet dependence. I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you dive into that one.
Well, we talked a little bit about the internet dependence already.
Mhm.
But something that is frustrating is, when you can only get to something digitally and it's like, we're sorry, we're doing an update or our system is down and you're just gonna have to wait and we can't give you a specific time we're gonna access it.
And that might be certain reasons why, I mean, you take companies like Sony that might be making a decision to eliminate physical things because of the risk of just the possible shutdowns.
Yeah. And licensing's another one. We
Or excuse me, that was backwards. I was backwards. Let me restate that. The importance of the gaming community to keep the physical, excuse me, is because of the possible shutdowns. Network
Yeah.
errors happen. Stuff happens with computers and networks,
Mhm.
and it happens. And I think for the gaming community and even the reading community, the comic book community, they're like, okay, if you're still making it physical and you guys have an issue, bam, boom, you're still making money
Mhm.
because mofos are still going out to go get it. We still going out to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is.
Mm.
While you deal with your network issue, people are still doing it to the best of their ability.
There.
They're still going to get it.
Licensing, this is one we talk about a lot, music licensing, right?
Music license.
Because we like to make reels
Yeah.
and videos and things, and trying to find a song sometimes that doesn't have licensing or copyright issues
Free royalty.
can be, wow, what a
Yeah.
headache.
And don't get me wrong, these artists deserve to
They
be
do.
compensated for
They
what they get,
absolutely
but
do.
then it's like, I see the hustle. I get it.
And as the creator, it's like you have this perfect song in your head, right? You're like, this is the vibe I'm looking for. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Then you look it up and you're like, oh,
And then you get hit with the royalties thing, and
right.
so, but again, here's the between. If you're a creator and you're an artist, you deserve to be compensated.
True.
There is no honor in being a starving
Definitely not.
artist. If you are as good as what you do and what you are, you should be compensated. But on the flip side is the convenience of, I gotta use this free royalty song, and some of them songs ain't the best.
No.
They and there's some good ones too.
Some of them are good. Some of them are like,
Mm.
it's not quite where I was going with
Yeah.
this.
Any more with this one?
No, I think we're getting into segment 5, the Martian debate.
The Martian debate. Are we losing something by going digital? Are we?
Mm. You know, I think just thinking back about our whole conversation here,
Yeah.
that's a yes and a no. I don't think it's a
That's
cut.
the
Now,
between.
you're gonna have people, I know, some of you guys are gonna come down hard on yes and hard on no.
Uh-huh.
For us here, though, the Martians, I think we're in a solid yes and no.
That's why it's in the
It
between.
depends.
Yeah, it definitely depends on just really just, you lose on the feel of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I talked about the cheek, right? You lose the feel of it.
Uh-huh.
You feel you feel it, right? You feel it, but at the same instance, there's a lot of convenience there,
Mm.
and there's other values that you can do, you know? You never heard of DVD and chill?
No, no, that was not a thing.
Well,
Well, it was a thing, but the words themselves, the words themselves weren't a thing.
But
Now,
yeah,
you might have said, let's watch a DVD and chill.
exactly. See, DVD. I'm a DVD and chill.
Okay. Yeah. It was more like, let's go to Blockbuster and chill.
Oh man, ain't no. Listen,
Or Hollywood Video. The
listen.
Blockbuster takes the cake.
That's nostalgia right there.
Yeah.
After school, your parents taking you to Blockbuster. You walk. There was a Blockbuster right in Freeport by the train station, and it was just the most wonderful thing. We stop at Blockbuster, then we'll head to the village and go get some Chinese food,
Mm,
and then we get right on Sunrise Highway and head on home. But the feel of walking in Blockbuster, the smell, I can still smell it today.
yes.
You have had to be born in the 80s, raised in the 90s. I mean, I ain't talking about those you 70s people. Yeah, I get it too. With the 8-track players,
Yeah.
the 8-track and video game cartridges.
Oh,
You ever blew in a cartridge?
oh yeah.
But come to realize
My
that
Donkey Kong game
that really
frequently
didn't
needed
help. But in our mind,
help.
we thought it helped.
We did. It didn't do anything.
This is the sound. And if you Google like blowing into your cartridge, you're actually damaging it. But for some weird reason,
It seemed to work.
It worked. You blow into the system, blow into the cartridge, and bam, it works.
And then you tell yourself, oh, there was dust in there.
It was dust. Convince the universe that something happened.
And remembering how Netflix started out, that was tangible. It was mail order.
It was mail ordered, and then Redbox with the machine
Yeah.
started from the bottom. Now,
But it was kind of the start of the meshing it.
that was it. Yeah.
I mean,
Netflix. That's how Netflix started. You can get the games in the mail, and that's the between. You order it online, and they send you something physical in the mail. So, let's see. Part of segment number 5. Next question: will physical media become collectibles. Like, bro, they already are.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and I think some people you're gonna have some people who are gonna continue to, like, use them, I'm not gonna say regularly, but more frequently.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have people who are like, "Nope, that's put away, it's not used, it's a collectible, it's nostalgic, it just sits there."
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. It's good. It's like you just said, it just sits there. And you just remember. Meanwhile, you got a Buffy the Vampire collectible, but you watching Buffy the Vampire on Netflix.
Yes, yes.
Told on yourself.
Because for a long time, you couldn't buy Buffy the Vampire Slayer DVDs. It's still not on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
It's never been released on Blu-ray, and for a while, it was only available, like, region 6 or 5. You couldn't even buy the DVD sets in
Sure.
the US. So, yep, they sit right there safely on on my shelf.
Then once they was on that streaming service,
That's right.
I'm gonna watch it on the streaming service. Meanwhile, I know it's in that closet.
That's right.
Let's see. Last question for the Martian debate. What should be owned physically? Oh, excuse me. Second last question. What should be owned physically? I think I think all the above. Comics, especially.
Mm,
Comics have value.
they do.
Pokemon cards.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
I have a student who showed me like his Pokemon card collection, and he knows the value. His boy's like, let's see, it's like 9 years old.
Mhm.
He has a $400 Pokemon card, a $200 one. This one jumped to 600 last month. So I think all the above, you should have certain collection. But for me personally, comics, Pokemon cards, books. I mean,
And I think that depends on the person too,
yeah,
because each person's individual likes and the unique things that they feel, passionate and, nostalgic about, that's gonna determine what they want, I think, ultimately as a physical, tangible keepsake of
yeah.
something.
Because for the gaming community, just having the game and just having it, and the fear of like, okay, say for instance, I download this game, right? And then the company completely wipes everything. Then I can never go back and play that game again
Right,
unless they re-release it, but then I gotta rebuy it, and then there's special circumstances, or I might need a whole nother physical thing to
right.
play it. So
Or it's just slightly different than it
yeah,
was. Yeah.
because they did updates. So let's see. Last question. What belongs in digital? I think it all still, like, again, I think it all still belongs digital. There's nothing wrong with it all being digital, but you should still make the physical aspects of it, like we
Mhm.
said, just based on different things. But if I had to say one digital thing, I think that is like convenient. I can't give it one because I could say music.
I was thinking music too, that
Yeah.
if I had to pick one, right? But then I wouldn't wanna say it could only be solely digital
Yeah.
either, that's the thing.
Because think about back in the days, uh, like, well, you got to give entertainer, especially in the 90s and early 2000, their credit. When you sell 2 million albums, we'll just say 2 million, 3 million albums back in the day, that doesn't mean they were downloaded. That means 2 million
This
mofos
Mhm.
went out and got your CD.
It's an
That's
accomplishment.
That's an accomplishment. When
Mhm.
people's like, well, they're this type of artist. This artist sold in his whole career, we'll say 16 million albums, right? That's an accomplishment. Even if you sell like 50, 50 million, I mean 50 million, 50,000 back in the day,
Mm,
that's an accomplishment because that means 50,000 people got up, drove in a car, bike, whatever, skateboard, I don't know, crawled. They made it to the store,
they did.
paid money, and bought it.
Mhm.
They didn't download it.
Oh,
They bought it. And it's crazy. So, we want to know your thoughts on that. So let's see. The listener's mission. Team physical, team digital. Are you team physical, team digital?
which one? Or
Favorite, oh, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, or a little bit of both.
Or a little bit of both. Favorite collection,
Mm,
right? What would you never buy digital? We want to know what you'll never buy
Mm,
digital. Okay. Let's see. Da.
what digital convenience can't you live without?
Oh, yeah. I will say this. I do appreciate streaming services.
Mm,
I
yeah.
do like, and for years, I've always had streaming services without the commercials, but now I got the commercials back. And I kind of like it because it makes me feel that nostalgia of like watching old TV and keeping up with some of the commercials. I didn't know certain things Taco Bell had. I was like,
Right.
oh snap, it's good to have commercials because I see Pizza Hut got a deal. This is crazy.
For me, I have to say, and this is a digital thing, Audible, my having my books, audiobooks style, so that I can still have 'em hands-free and do things, but still be in my book. Now that's a whole 'nother debate, but
Hmm.
I enjoy having my streaming services and my Audible.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. No, I agree. So let's just backtrack real fast. So for this episode, we explored one of the biggest entertainment debates of our time. We investigated physical versus digital across games, books, comics, movies,
Mhm,
music, and explained the pros and cons and why a hybrid approach may be the future.
mhm.
I mean, it's already now, but the scales are tipping. Question of the episode: are you team physical? Are you team digital? Or are you somewhere in between? That is your question. Don't forget, guys. Thank you for joining us here in the lab. Follow us on Spotify. Make sure you do that. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Lab Martians. Share this episode. Get the word out and keep investigating the unknown.
And don't forget to leave us a comment and let us know the answer to some of our questions
Yes.
from the episode.
Check us out for the next episode. See you guys soon.
See you soon.